Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video where today I'm going to show you and teach you 5 different ways of how you can use a lens ball in photography. If you have no idea what a lens ball is, then I'd highly recommend clicking the video up here or over there. I always forget where they appear, and go see my review and kind of explanation of the lens ball, and then come back and carry on watching this video because here are 5 ways of how to use a lens ball in photography. And before we even get started, I would definitely recommend using the manual features on your camera and definitely using the manual focus on your camera. The main reason is the lens ball is spherical, and your camera, when it autofocuses, kind of wants to focus on the very front of the lens ball, where you actually want the focus point to pretty much be right in the center of the lens ball, because that's pretty much where the reflection is happening. Number 1, and probably the most popular way of using a lens ball, is to hold the lens ball yourself in your own hand and hold it out in front of your camera and take a picture. And I'd recommend taking your time when you take these types of pictures and get your hand, fingers and lens ball in the correct composition. Number 2, getting someone else to hold the lens ball. This is obviously very similar to the first one, but having someone else hold the lens ball gives us more control over the camera and mainly grabbing the correct focus. But again, take your time with the composition and really concentrate on getting your hands, fingers and the lens ball in the correct position. And number 3 is probably my favourite use of the lens ball, and that is actually putting it in the scene. So as you can see right now, I put it on top of this kind of fallen down looking tree. We've got the sun coming through, just catching the leaves just a little bit, and I think it looks really nice. And like I said, this is my favourite use of the lens ball because it's just in the scene. It's not moving around as if it was in your hand. You're kind of like changing the focal length all the time, or someone else's hand, and you can come out and take the pictures on your own. You don't need anyone else to hold the lens ball. We can even position the lens ball in the scene and wait for the environment to change around us. For instance, on this one, I was waiting for the cat to walk along the fence. Number 4, flipping the image upside down. So when taking a picture of the lens ball, everything is reflected upside down. So we can take the image into Photoshop and flip the image upside down. You can see that the reflection is now up the correct way, but the whole world is now upside down. And I feel this technique really enhances some of the pictures. And number 5 is probably the hardest one out of all of them, because on this one, we need some Photoshop skills. And first of all, what we want to do is put our camera on a tripod and find the composition we want. So I'm kind of taking a picture of this huge tower monument up here. Once we're lined up and we've got the composition we like, we then get the lens ball and we hold it out in front of the camera, and then we use manual focus to focus on the lens ball. Once we're happy with the shot, we try to remove as many of our fingers as we possibly can, because we're going to remove our hand in post. We then take a picture, and then without touching anything of the camera, don't touch focus or any settings or anything, we then take another picture. This acts as a clean plate, so when we remove our hand in post, we use that picture to basically cover up our hand, so the ball, the orb, looks like it's floating in the middle of the shot. First of all, edit the picture with the lens ball in. Now copy those settings, including the crop if you applied one, and paste them onto our clean plate image. Once this is done, we can export both of the pictures. Now bring both those pictures into Photoshop and position the clean plate layer at the bottom. Now using the elliptical marquee tool, we can draw a circle around the lens ball. If we then invert the mask and press delete, we can take away our hand. We can then zoom in and clean up any images where our fingers might have overlapped the lens ball slightly. And the finished picture now looks like the lens ball is just floating in the middle of the image. And there we go, as simple and as easy as that. That is 5 ways of how to use a lens ball in photography, and that is a really loud helicopter. And whilst we're at it, I might as well give you guys a cheeky little plug as well to head over to my Instagram, where you can see some of my professional looking pictures. We've just come back from Southeast Asia for 7 weeks, where we went to Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore and Hong Kong. So I've got so many really cool pictures, and I'd love to know what you think of them. And we're just about to go on a new travel adventure for the next couple of weeks as well. So Instagram is going to be the place to be to see all of our travel trips and adventures, or you can head over to our vlog channel, Barbster360, where you can actually see and keep up to date on all of our travel trips and cinematic travel type videos as well. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go enjoy this glorious bit of sun. Until next time, keep on creating.